Hello! We're back with another integral, and this one is posted by Yamiko Fajardo in a Facebook group called Math Review Problems. For this integral, I have 4 solutions, but I will be posting the solutions individually. So for this solution, I will only be posting one, which is via Weierstrass substitution. So just as a background, if you haven't heard the Weierstrass substitution, it's also called the tangent half-angle substitution. So the idea is to substitute t for tangent x over 2. Using this substitution, we get sine x is equal to 2t over 1 plus t squared, and then cosine x is equal to 1 minus t squared over 1 plus t squared, and dx is equal to 2 dt over 1 plus t squared. So, kapag tingnan mo lang itong substitution na to for the first time, you might be asking, why will you do this substitution when in fact it looks like you're making something like as simple as sine x as complicated as 2t over 1 plus t squared. So medyo parang counterintuitive siya. Parang ginagawa mong complicated yung something that should be looking simple enough in the first place. So the idea kasi is to rewrite the the trigonometric expressions in terms of algebraic terms. Kasi generally, not always, pero generally, mas madaling i-manipulate si algebraic expressions. So, let's begin for this problem. So, since yung common na problem dito is, common na alam natin with this substitution is in terms of sine and cosine, my first step is to rewrite this entire integral in terms of sine and cosine first. So, we have the integral of sine x over cosine x. So this is tangent x plus secant is 1 over cosine over sine over cosine x plus 1 over cosine x. Minus plus 1 dx. So just to eliminate the cosine x, the denominator, I just multiply everything by cosine x over cosine x. So makakancel to man yung denominator na to. And we will be left with the integral of sine x plus 1 minus cosine x over sine x minus 1 plus cosine x of dx. Now, we have this, so pwede natin siyang i-express in terms of t, which is our Weierstrass substitution. So this becomes sine x is 2t over 1 plus t squared plus 1 minus cosine x is 1 minus t squared over 1 plus t squared over sine x is, again, it looks like this, except na magkaiba yung signs. So this is minus 1 plus 1 minus t squared over 1 plus t squared times 2 dt over 1 plus t squared. So again, just to simplify this entire complicated expression, I'll multiply the numerator and denominator by 1 plus t squared, just how I did in this one. So magiging 2t plus 1 plus t squared minus 1 minus t squared over 2t minus 1 plus t squared minus 1 minus t squared, this is plus, then times dt over 1 plus t squared. I'll just factor out the 2 here. Yan. So, simplify natin to. So, this is 1 minus 1 cancel out. T squared minus negative t squared, that's 2t squared. In the denominator, negative 1 plus 1, cancel out yung 1. Then negative t squared minus t squared, that's negative 2t squared. So yung expression na to will be equal to 2 times 2t plus 2t squared over 2t minus 2t squared times dt over 1 plus t squared. So next step is to factor out the t. Actually, magka-cancel lang yung mga t dito pag pinactor out natin, pati yung 2. Kasi clearly, if you factor out the 2, this becomes 2t times 1 plus t. Tapos yung denominator mo ay 2t times 1 minus t. So, yun. So, ang gagawin natin dito is, ika-cancel na natin yung mga yan. So, may iwanan tayo with 1 plus t and 1 minus t. So, the integral becomes 2 times the integral of 1 plus t over 1 minus t times 1 over 1 plus t squared. So ito medyo mahaba-haba yata to kasi we are left with an expression na may dalawang factor sa denominator. So I leave it up to you kung paano nyo ito i-decompose, pero this is doable by partial fraction decomposition. So I'll just skip that part kasi medyo mahaba-haba yun and hindi naman yun yung highlight ng solution na to. So this becomes 2 times the integral of 1 over t minus 1 minus x over t squared, that is t over t squared plus 1. So tama ba tong solution na to? Tama yata kasi if you multiply this becomes t squared plus 1 minus t squared minus t. So may iwan tayo dito ng t squared, t minus 1, t squared. So may iwan tayo ng t plus 1, which is yun, t plus 1. So ito 1 minus t. Ito, lagyan lang natin ng negative sa labas. Yun lang yung kulang. So ito, paano ko siya nagawa ng mabilis? Well, medyo experience na kasi siya kasi ang usually ang mangyayari dito is magiging something over 1 minus t, pero gusto kong t over t minus 1, and then the right side will be something with t over t squared plus 1. So this is just trial and error ang ginawa ko. Pero yung formal na solution dito is to express as a over t minus 1 plus b t plus c over t squared plus 1. So ito medyo experience lang yung ginamit ko. Pero you can definitely do it using the partial fraction decomposition. So ito, we're left with this one. So ito medyo madali na to. This one, the first expression, is doable if we let u is equal to t minus 1. Kasi maging ln of u lang yung sagot dyan. So the first expression is equal to negative 2 ln of t minus 1. Then minus, then this one, we let u is equal to t squared plus 1. Kasi the derivative of t squared plus 1 is just 2t dt. Which is, meron ka ng t dt sa numerator. So, may iwan ka na lang ng over 2 dito. So, this one is equal to negative 2 over 1 half. Ito yung galing sa du over 2 times ln of t squared plus 1 plus c. Yay! So, ito, makakancel lang to. 1 half. And then ito, negative ln t minus 1. Yan na yun. Tapos, ang natitira na lang natin gagawin is to express everything in terms of in terms of tangent x over 2, which is yung t natin. So, this becomes negative 2 ln of tangent of x over 2 minus 1 plus, tama, plus nga. Kasi minus doon, so plus ln of tangent squared x over 2 plus 1 plus c. Of course, tangent squared x over 2 plus 1 is secant squared x over 2. So, I can factor that out. So, my final answer is negative 2 of ln tangent of x over 2 minus 1 plus ln of secant squared x over 2 plus c. This is my final answer. So, yun. So, in terms of kung mas madali ba to than the other solutions for this problem, which is I posted na for in my YouTube channel, I think this is more tedious kasi medyo marami yung operations na gagawin mo dito. Marami kang algebraic manipulations na gagawin. However, dahil nga algebraic manipulations lang ginawa natin, medyo mas simple siya relatively. So, yun. I think maganda pa rin itong method na to. And maganda siyang introduction for Weierstrass if you haven't heard of that one yet. So, as a practice, I'm leaving this integral to you, which is the integral of dx over sine x plus cosine x plus 1, which is one of the most common practice problems for Weierstrass substitution. So, try to solve it and comment your solution and answer in the comment section. So, yun lang. Thank you for watching and check out also my other solutions for this video in my YouTube channel. Thank you and bye-bye!